Okay, hey everybody. I hope you can hear me. This is a strange video. I get it. If you're wondering, well, like whether I'm in like a laundry room or utility closet, yes, I am. I just want to get this out there really quick because I know that at the beginning of April, everything is going to be really hectic for me. And so I will take advantage of the beautiful laundry room where I'm not disrupting, I hope, anybody. And the lighting's weird. It's actually really hot in here. And I also can't see. I wish that I had a flashlight. That would be like amazing. Oh my God. Because I need to go over the dates with y'all. Anyway, so again, there's been so many positive remarks to the past few posts, and again, I just thank you guys so much. I am doing my best to get around to replying to everybody, but to be honest, feed the message and share within your own strength. That's how we get power. Like, yes, having subscribers, having likes, having this sort of dialogue between people amongst a social platform that really is cohesive. Yeah, of course. But okay, like that's not one in and of itself, you know. If you are not able to do that, or it seems like a grand task or whatever, it doesn't matter. We all make a difference in different ways. I appreciate you guys logging in. All right, trying to turn on a flashlight. Oh, I'm so smart. I figured out how to use my iPhone. We're gonna do April. We're gonna do a kind of like overview of April. Sort of as like so everybody knows the dates, and we can, like I said, okay, I will probably point out a few that are very important to me, but in that sort of same vein, please point out the ones that are really important to you. I think that provides substance, learning, education, and I depend on y'all for that kind of information. And so if you have something to say about a day that I'm not familiar with, I list it, but I don't have much to say, please share your input. Okay. It looks like a Blair Witch Project, like I'm hiding in the woods. Okay, hold on. All right, let's start with April. Let's see here. All right, so April 2nd is World Autism Awareness Day. April 4th, International Day for Mine Awareness and Assistance in Mine Action. I gotta flip. And while I'm flipping the piece of paper, there's a lot of these days that have been sparked by individual circumstances and stories that have made that particular subject important. I'm not going to go into like a bunch of different stories, but you can kind of figure out why mine awareness is very important if you sort of look back on when did we start to realize tragedies happened here. Okay. Anyway, I was turning the paper. I had to say something. Here we go. Universal Day of Consciousness and International Day of Sport and Development and Peace. I'm an athlete. I think that being part of sports is very at least it shaped me an incredible amount. I think that it provides lessons, it provides responsibility amongst people, and the other two pieces of that were development and peace. Again, that is very broad, but just because it's broad, don't let it go by the wayside. Moving on. So April 7th International Day of Reflection on the 1994 genocide against the Tutsis in Rwanda. Okay. I have a lot to say, but I'm not going to. It's not my place. I was not there. I have people in my life who've shaped who I am in terms of like education and everything, who are part of all of that. And so it hits me a little bit harder than I think it necessarily should or would. However, I will say this: Rwanda, as of, I'm not going to say direct like dates or anything. Rwanda is an example of a turnaround situation where the environment, the social acknowledgement, the capacity for people to live amongst each other happened. Please research it more, because I think it's a phenomenal story. Moving on, let's see. April 7th, World Health Day. Okay, like the WHO is wonderful. Their projected sort of aspirations for our world, I would love to think that those would come true, and maybe they will. But in terms of resources, the World Health Organization, the WHO, is where you need to go for that kind of information. Okay, so same 12th, International Day of Human Spaceflight. I think that's kind of awesome that we've like gone into space. No. Like I'm not scared of like heights or claustrophobia. There's just something about like I'm right here on Earth and I'm just fine, at least for now. Here we go. The 14th of April, World World Cognizant Disease Day, and there's a lot of these days where maybe people do not know what the day is celebrating. I will challenge you, and it has happened to me along the lines, and this was one of them. I challenge you, if you're interested, please look it up, because I thought, I don't know what we're talking about, and it just gives you a spark. It gives you a little bit of knowledge, and you're like, okay, I get what that is. Let's move on. 20th of April, Chinese Language Day. 21st, World Creativity and Innovation Day. The 22nd of April, International Mother Earth Day. Now, I don't know whether that's about like mamas or if it's about like the earth. I think they're maybe entwined. I think that recognizing like the productivity of like reproduction is super, super important, and very, very like, yes, we all kind of know it sort of thing, but we maybe don't give it the respect it deserves. So, however, I'm not like a celebration person of Mother's Day, and I think that nature sort of provides its own nutrients on its own time. However, I'm gonna go back because it is important. Where am I? Okay. International Mother Earth Day. Take it for what it means to you, because I had to take it for what it meant to me to appreciate it. That's one of those tricky ones, but be positive in terms of your interpretation. 23rd, World Book and Copyright Day. I love the book part and the copyright part, and I'm like, copyrights are so tedious, it's so limiting, You protect what you like came up with, but it turns legal. I'm gonna stick with books. I'm gonna say World Book Day, that copyright your sort of independence or your perspective that is so unique, but I don't like that little C at the end of stuff. I just want to be like, I'm going to read my book and this is going to be so peaceful. Moving on, here we go, blah, blah, blah. Where are we? I can't even read my own language. 23rd, English Language Day. 23rd, Spanish Language Day. 24th, International Girls in ICT Day. That has to do with technology. We'll come back to that a little bit on a topic later down the road. 24, World Immunization Week. That's from the 24th to the 30th of April. I'm not going to go into this because it is contentious and people have opinions, and I don't think that I have any sort of place to say one way or the other about this sort of issue. So again, please, like, I love you guys involving yourselves in my channel. But if there's going to be something along the lines of like a debate, especially one which I have no business being part of, it's probably better for like a different channel. All right, let me see. Did I miss anything else in April? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, of course they did. 24th, International Day of, International Day of Multi-Terrorism and Diplomacy for Peace. That speaks for itself a little bit, except it is difficult to think about it. Let's just say we're speaking for peace and also disarming at the same time. It's the best way that I can kind of think of it. 25th, World Malaria Day. 25th, also International Delegates Day. 26th, International Disaster Remembrance Day. I will say this. I did not know that much about that crisis until I watched the documentary on, I think, Netflix. So if you are interested in the Chernobyl and like what happened in that environment and what happened within that nuclear testing site, watch any documentary. I mean, it's phenomenal. I love it. And it's informative. I'm so sorry. Let me see. Blah, 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 blah. Where are we? Okay, 26, World International Property Day. IP work is so important. Again, when I learned about in law school, not my favorite subject. Protect your rights when you come up with something genius. And let's see here. 28th, World Day for Safety and Health at Work. And the 30th, International Jazz Day. I love music. I wish that I could have some trombones walk through the door with a saxophone and feel like I was in New Orleans at the moment. That's not going to happen. I just wanted to make sure that I took care of this month. I'm going to jump back and I'm going to handle those last few days of March in just a second. But I know that a lot of you chime in to get this sort of rundown of the days that are happening every single month. And I love it. I appreciate it. And again, like, I don't think I missed something. But if I did, or if you have like sort of like a comment or commentary on what's going on in April, be my guest. You guys are absolutely amazing. And by the way, I still have a post for March, and I can even tell you how I'm going to blend it. It's actually going to start with the 25th remembrance of the International Day remembrance of victims of slavery and the transatlantic slave trade, and then also the 25th, which is the International Day for the Elimination of Racial Discrimination. I have things that I'm so actually curious about, but I'm going to meld those two together as a topic in terms of comments, because I would like to see how the rest of the world is responding to those two things together. I am almost done. Hold on. I dropped myself on the floor. Give me a second. And the very last